everyone, and welcome to Hold Yourself High, where in this safe space, I talk about growth, spirituality, and relationships. Some episodes will be just me talking about my personal discoveries, while others will be with special guests discussing their gifts and experiences. Make sure to like and subscribe to never miss an episode. If you'd like to connect, you can follow me on Instagram at Hanifa. I hope you all enjoyed this journey with me. Stay tuned and stay high. Hello everyone, I'm back. Welcome to another episode of Hold Yourself High. How have y'all been doing? I know, it's been a very, very long time. I know. But I can explain. I've been going through a lot, guys, and it's been a struggle, but I'm happy to be back and chatting with you guys. We have a lot to catch up on. So I know I can explain because I've been going through a phase, y'all. So let's talk about it. We all go through many phases in life, and phases do not last long. The one I'm currently in is the transitional phase or a character development. These phases aren't biological, but they can be initiated by a physical response due to some physical experience in one's life. It's giving lifespan psychology, pretty much. I've gone through many transitions, and this one I'm currently on, it seems to be the hardest, but I know it won't be my only phase. During this phase, I've moved out of a toxic environment and I moved in with my partner. I'm happy to be in a safe space and to be able to call it my own. And this is something that I've been wanting for myself for a while. Now, in the past, I did have my own place, but I was staying with an ex and it really just did not scream, this is my home. It kind of felt like I was faking it, But now it feels good to be in this safe space where it's actually genuine and it's not just called a safe space. It is a safe space. It feels like a safe space, I also started a new job. I worked a lot of jobs and I'm only 24, y'all. This job was something, I guess you could say I was desperate and I just picked out of the hat because I was like, ooh, money, So I started a new job and the pay is great, but the work is very long and it's stressful. And that was the big cause of this rift between what I would like to do and what I need to do, So that really made me question, my podcast, my health, my finances, and pretty much like my personal life. Like I did not know how to juggle everything all at once, I pretty much was just going with the flow, see what I could do when I get to it, But while I was taking this break from work and the podcast, I've been having this battle in my mind, but it was really in my soul, y'all, not to get so deep, but your girl has been struggling, okay? Because it got so deep to the point because I began to doubt myself and question my own existence now. Like, it was hard, y'all. It was hard. It really came crashing down once I hit 24. I had a great birthday. I was spending time with my friends and my partner. Got a bit wasted, but other than that, hitting 24, it's not the halfway mark yet, but, I'm really starting to just change my mental now that I'm getting older, It made me think about a lot of things about what I'm doing, What am I here for? What's my purpose? Do I even have a purpose? Everyone has something they're good at. And I was starting to question myself and ask, why can't I be like everybody else? Everybody has their thing. Where's my thing? But then I had to realize that The people that have their things and that they're good at, they are just like me. They started this out, but they were consistent. They had patience. And in the last episode, I talked about being confident in myself and not comparing myself. And we all have slip-ups. That's okay. But it's up to you to pick yourself back up again. And trust me, it's easier said than done. I feel like if I didn't pick myself back up again, I wouldn't be talking to y'all now. And it's taken me some time to drill the words consistency and patience into my head. I think these two words are the ones that just completely like to replay and repeat itself. I would say that consistency and patience are like the two big words that I need to learn to stick with and, deal with, I suppose. I guess it's a good way of saying that. But that's why we have these phases, and each phase you go through, you'll learn a lesson. During these moments, like the struggles that I've been going through, I'm trying to learn how to pretty much be a better person, I would suppose. Not for, others, but just mainly for me. I'm learning how to not give up so easily. Instead of quitting, I can take a step back and analyze my situation, or I can discuss things with my partner. And usually I do when I feel very overwhelmed, and I tend to overthink. I'm also an overthinker. I overthink the overthinking. So I think about a whole bunch of scenarios in my head, and that's what cancers love to do. We create these scenarios in our head, and sometimes I think one way can turn out this way, but this simulation that's called life, it doesn't always work that way, so I always felt like a lot of things were happening to me, and it made me very emotional because I didn't understand why like these bad things would happen, and I would just get so upset. So most of the time I would run to my partner and get their opinion, and then I would finally make a decision on what I would need to do. But to be where I want to be, I need to commit to my dream. I need to fight through the tears, the tests, and eventually everything will come to pass. And if I want it and I want it bad, it's going to happen. So I just need to, again, have consistency and patience. Another thing I'm learning to do is read my body. I work so much. I couldn't have the time to just have a mental reset or hell, even a self-care routine. This new job that I have, y'all, I work at a warehouse. Yeah, I work at a warehouse. It's 10-hour shifts, 4 days a week, and the remaining 3 days, you would think I would rest, right? Oh, no, definitely not. Yeah, the 3 days that I have off, I'm working a second job. Now, you might say, Hanny girl, that's too damn much. Yeah, I know, listeners, I know. It's too damn much, but the money was on my mind too damn hard. And because of that, my body actually shut down and I was mentally drained and physically exhausted. So now I know it's okay to take breaks. So y'all, it's okay to take breaks. That's with school, work, or relationships. Just focus on you 100%. But try to plan ahead. Please don't do what I did, because I pretty much just wore my body down, and then at the last minute I was like, I can't do this. I need a break. Let me take a month off and have my body actually recover. And though I recovered, my bank account is screaming, so your girl had to get back to work. I'm learning to keep myself productive and learn some new things. Usually I just scroll for hours on social media. That's on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, you name it. And that helps no one. Instead of using the time to scroll on the internet, I use that time to search things that can help me. You know, I'm searching on how to build a business. I'm looking up more holistic remedies for myself that I can use, you know, from my partner. But I've also been trying to come up with some good habits. You know, when I want to write, but I can't jot down on a piece of paper, I type in my notes. And this is something that I'm doing right now. Like, I've never wrote down so much on a piece of paper until I started writing things on my notes. And I'm a bit neurospicy, you know, what can I say? It helps. But I try not to do too much because I can tell that I get overstimulated. And the burning question I'm trying to find an answer for is, how can I be consistent when I get overstimulated easily? If y'all can help me out with that, please let me know, because I feel like I've been struggling for a very long time and I never understood why. You know, I tend to procrastinate a lot. I am the type of person where I do get bored easily. So I would need to do something else. I don't know. Maybe somebody out there can explain it to me, because I've been having hella sensory overload. Most of the time, I'm insecure about a lot of things, and one of them was the podcast. So I'm trying to be hopeful, and I'm gonna work on being hopeful. And I'm gonna look back on this and see how far I've come, see how much I've grown. But I have to realize that this is just the first step, and there are many, many, many steps ahead of me. So I just need to push myself and stay committed to it. Another thing I'm learning how to improve my character is learning how to be present and not letting life drag my spirit. I'm so used to being on the go. I didn't take the time to not only check in on my body, but check my surroundings. And y'all, there are a lot of things that weigh heavy on me. You know, my debt, my work, my career goals. You know, I've been letting a lot of those bother me, and you could like physically see the stress on my face every day as I'm thinking, how am I going to do this? You know, how am I going to pay this bill? Okay, well, how many hours should I work? And how many days should I work to get this money up and pay rent and podcast? It was just a cycle, right? Instead of letting that bother me, I do what I can for the time being. You know, I spend more time with my partner. We make plans together. We cook together. Shit, even sitting outside just to smoke, just to feel the sun, you know, things like that. It's the small things that kept me going, you know, whether it's big or small, it makes me smile. So despite all the things that I'm going through that I can control or not control, like these things, I really try not to let them bother me. So I try to focus on other things that'll make me happy. Going back to my mental, now that I remember, as I was writing, I wouldn't say my script, because this isn't a script, you know, I say what the fuck I want to say. But, you know, I tend to write things down and be like, okay, well, I can mention this to everybody. You know, I could talk about this. I could talk about that. As I was writing stuff down in my notes, y'all, I really remember this. You know, I was telling my partner, I really need to talk to somebody again, because every day I feel like, oh, you know, I can read my body better than anybody else. So I should be the one to, you know, work on my mental. Wrong. You need therapy, baby. So I told my partner, I was like, I need someone to check on my mental. Like, I need to talk to somebody, because I can't do this on my own. Like, it's really, really hard. As I was saying this to them, I got the call from Jasmine. And if y'all don't know what Jasmine is, it is an organization that supports and advocates the young LGBTQ plus community. They have a lot of resources for the community in general, but one of those services is mental health resources. I was talking to my partner right after I got that call, and I said, wow, the universe is listening to me. The universe knows what I need, and it's my choice to either take this call and get help or just leave it alone and still stay in the same cycle of, I need help. What can I do? How can I do it? Like, I can't do that anymore. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but at the time I can't even tell y'all what I was thinking back then. Honestly, after all that with Jasmine, I honestly just sat back and I was like, yeah, the universe got me. God is winking at me. Like, I'm feeling blessed by the second. So every opportunity that God is throwing at me, I'm taking it because he knows what will help me. He knows what I need. He knows that I want to be successful. So if I need therapy, Jasmine's gonna call me, and I cannot wait to start therapy again. I am recording on a Sunday, so hopefully on Monday they will give me a call back, or better yet, I'm gonna call them, y'all. I need to stop waiting for people, and I just need to take more action. So if they don't call me, I'm gonna call them, right when they open and be like, hey, let's set up an appointment because your girl's been ready to tackle what's been going on in her head. As I progress with this podcast, y'all, I realize that I want to build more of a connection with my listeners, because not only are y'all working on you, I'm working on me, but why not work on ourselves together? So this is something that I really want to try. At the end of each episode, we can do self-reflections. There's this activity that I want everybody to try. It's open to everybody. You're welcome to share this with your loved ones. It's pretty much a mood check-in. So you can answer how you're feeling for the week, for the month, whenever you decide to do it. You can answer some questions I may list, and there will also be a free space for you to write anything you want to release. So anything that's on your mental that you just want to get out, whether you would like to share it with somebody or keep it to yourself, it's for you at the end of the day. Whatever you want to release, you're more than welcome to release it on that piece of paper. And actually, you can either print it or you can just have it on your phone, your laptop, just to keep it on the go with you. Whatever. But yeah, I really miss talking to y'all. Before I started recording, my partner was like, you're gonna get an episode out there today, it's been a while, I think it's time. And I'm usually like, yeah, soon I'm gonna get one out. But I took a nap and then I woke up and I was just like, you need to record. You need to get yourself out there again, because you can't just let all this hard work and your dream fade away because of what you're going through in the current moment. Mind y'all, I was nervous. Like, I kept messing up. I couldn't even get my intro. Like, my palms were sweating, knees weak, mom spaghetti. Like, it was something. But after I pressed the record button and I just started speaking and letting it all flow out, I feel more comfortable, and I miss this feeling, I don't know why, I stopped doing this. This is fun. This is fun for me to just be able to talk to y'all and get my feelings out there. Let's share what's on my mental and, not feel judged. because this is the safe space that's not only for me, but for everybody that's listening. So I really do appreciate everybody that listens to the podcast. I appreciate everybody for, being patient. I was told that, people have missed the podcast. They really liked what I did and they didn't want me to stop. And, I was letting other people say that to me, but I just didn't feel it within myself that I was ready to do it. So I'm thankful for taking this break, despite the challenges and the struggles I was going through that time. But I feel like I learned a lot and I'm very grateful. And I try not to make promises I can't keep because, you never know what happens. This is life. But what I will say is that I will try and I will do my best to be more consistent and talk to you guys, whether that's I'm connecting with you on social media or I'm posting another episode. But I just want to say thank you, everybody. I thank everybody for listening to this episode of Hold Yourself High. And I hope to talk to y'all again. Because this was fun. I need to do this again. Maybe I may have an episode out soon. But again, thank you for listening to an episode of Hold Yourself High. Stay tuned and stay high. Thank you everyone for listening to today's episode of Hold Yourself High. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and a review on what you thought about today's episode. Also follow me on Instagram at Hanifa for more content about my journey and the podcast. Stay tuned.